Hey, Craig here. Sorry I haven't been making any videos recently. I've been busy cleaning up the shop after doing the enclosure here, the shower enclosure, organizing the shop and getting ready for job shop type work. So I'll show you around real quick. So on this side of the shop, I'm setting up for finishing work. After parts have come off the mill, they need to be deburred, packaged up, getting ready to send out. So I pulled this, put this drawer over here. I bought this a long time ago, but stuck it someplace else. I brought it back in because I figured this would be good for putting small deburring, sanding stones, files, that kind of thing. So I still have some stuff to get to put in these drawers, but I figured I'll just pile up the parts as they're coming off the mill over here, and finish them up over here and clean them. I've kind of pushed this saw off to the side. I don't use it a lot, but I want to keep it here in case I do. Sometimes it's really easy to use this, for a quick cut or something, but most of the major cutting I'm doing is out in the other building with the larger bandsaw. I've got a shop vac under here for vacuuming the floor around here. Winter's coming, so I got a little space heater right here. I'm trying to do this on the tripod so the video isn't as shaky if I'm like walking around and trying to carry the phone and all. In preparation for doing job shop work, I actually cleared off renumbered my tools. I cleared off 1 through 20. I didn't have that many tools, so I just renumbered them. 1 through 20, I've left those cleared off for job shop work. I'm starting at tool number 21 and up for the tools that I use on a regular basis. All the other tools I'm just going to leave broken down, and all the separate parts in the tool crib area over there. I recently picked up a pair of 3 plus 3 or 3X, I guess it is, reading glasses, so I can see end mills better, to see whether they're chipped or not. I don't know if you can see this on there or not. Kind of magnifies it, makes it easier to see whether there's some chips on there that may cause bad finish and stuff. But I picked a pair of these up at Walmart. This was it's like $10 for the American assembled in American version. I also picked up some paint markers from my local steel company. I tried buying some cheap ones from I thought these were going to be permanent or something, but they just wiped right off. I don't know, maybe for kids or something. These are supposed to be the ones that stick. I don't know, Competitive Edge, MPDX. I don't know what brand other people use, but these work really good, I know, because it's really hard to get the paint off the steel from my supplier. So I'm going to use those. I think I'm going to use those to put numbers on the primary tools, my regular tools. I'm also going to use them to number my fixture plates. See, these are just wiping right off. So picked up a couple of those, red and yellow. They said those were the best colors to use. So okay, so back here I'm kind of setting up my tool crib and inspection type area. I guess this is my height offset area, inspection area. I've got a new surface plate here that I got from where did I get that from? Zorro or something. And this is an 18 by 18. It was only like $50, but it was like $80 in shipping or something. And I got a bunch of drill bits and end mills and stuff that I got from McMaster Car recently, and got a ruler here for setting stick out on end mills. These over here are the tool holders that I'm working on breaking down, ones that I don't use a lot, that I'm going to set up in the bins over here. Okay, now this is the drawer system that I had from being an electrician a long time ago. I was going to go with those, like, you know, drill bit dispenser kind of things, but the less expensive ones were kind of chintzy, and the other ones are really expensive. They're like $300 or $400. So I decided to try and go with these. Basically, I have this whole section right here is going to be dedicated just to end mills. I got ball end mills, 3 and 4 flute, flat end mills, 4 and 3 flute, roughing end mills. Probably have long end mills and other end mills here. This section over here is going to be dedicated just to drill bits. Probably going to have two or three bins, drawers, just for letter drill bits, and then maybe 1 or 2 for probably 2 for number and 1 for letter or something like that. I don't know the exact quantity yet. I haven't figured that out yet. But this is all going to be just drill bits. And this side over here is basically going to be, this is ER collets holders. I've got ER16, 2 bins for ER16 collets, 2 for ER20 collets and ER32 collets. I've got the set screw holders over here in the different sizes: quarters, 5/16, 3/8. I really only have a lot of 3/8 right now. I'm getting more quarter and half. So I've got that all set up. This is the ER16 collets with all the different sizes, 3/64 through 3/8, with all the fractions on there. Actually, the next thing I'm going to be doing is the 20 collets. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a separate drawer just for 32s, because I'm not sure how much I'm going to use. I may put them in with the ER20s. Over here I have fixture parts. This will be just full of different Mighty Bite type clamps, and I don't know, I may have one section for different sizes of the dowel pins. Those are quarters there. And I've got inserts down here. I don't really use a lot of inserts right now, but you know, I've got the shear hog. I've got the face mill. I've got steel, aluminum face mills, the Superfly, and the tools, and the no-seize, anti-seize on there. I'm sure there's probably going to be more stuff, and I think I have 1 or 2 more of these shelving things, and I'll probably end up putting them down there. But yeah, this whole section over here is just going to be part of the tool crib. All the drawers down here are just other miscellaneous tools. I don't know, I may start using these for machining, but you know, you gotta have some place to put, you know, your 5 different caulking guns, because you can never find them, you know. So but you know, power drills, these are all these down here are basically just full of all the other non-machining type stuff, plumbing, carpentry, that kind of thing. So okay, so basically the way this job shop type setup is going to work, the way I've been learning it through the Titans of CNC program, is basically you have a setup sheet. I don't have a setup sheet here, but you have a setup sheet that has all your different tools that you're going to use, with all the different stick out and all that kind of stuff for a particular job. So basically I would look at the first tool on here and grab the tool holder that I need. So you grab the end mill that I need. Then I would install the end mill with the specific call out on the stick out on there, and make sure the flute length is right for the job that I'm doing, so I don't get any crashes. I would then set that tool, and I don't have a dedicated one for this yet, just for job shop, but I would then, that would be tool number 1. I would then stick it into slot for tool number 1. I'm not sure exactly how the measuring is going to work on this, whether if I'm going to do the heights on the with the height gauge, or whether I'm going to have some kind of touch off on the machine. That's still to be worked out. But then I would just go through, if this is a tool that I use all the time, I would just take that tool and stick it in that location, and I would set up my tool 1 through whatever 10, or say this job has 10. I would then have them labeled 1 through 10, and then I would take this over to the mill. I would then have my tools 1 through 10 here, and I would I don't know, I may put some tool holders along the edge. I don't want to put them right here because I don't want to like bang into them and like cut myself when they're sticking up, but I may put something not actually standing, and then I would just run the job off of those right there. The way they would be 1 through 10 is, since this is say 28 for me, but I would put it in say tool number position number 3. When I do it the cam in Fusion 360, I would just auto number the operation, that op, and that tool would then become that number. And then when I'm done with it, I'd have the paint marking on there. When I'm done with it, I'd then stick it back into that location later. So that's kind of how I'm thinking it's going to work out. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. So okay, well, that's kind of what I've been up to recently. I hope to be making some more project type videos soon. I think one of the first things I'm going to be doing once I get everything organized is I'm going to be making a fixture plate specifically for the vise. So when I want to use a vise, all I have to do is grab it. It's going to have this attached to the bottom. I want to use a vise. I just take that, sit it on here on the alignment pins, put the screws in, and the vise will be ready to go. And I can actually have that vise set as say G58, I think I'm up to. I've used the rest, so that should be the next project. That'll be a quick, if I want to put the vise on, just like easy, 20-30 seconds to put it on. So the major thing that I have to work out with this tooling plate pallet type system is keeping this clean with all these holes. I need to get some plugs for these because it's really hard to keep this clean. If you like this video, I'd appreciate the thumbs up. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything, feel free to leave them down below. And if you like to subscribe, there should be a subscribe button up here somewhere. Also, we have a Patreon page if you'd like to support us for future videos and stuff. I appreciate it. And alright, thanks for watching.